Hello, my name is Noura Almasri. Welcome to Echoes of Impact with Noura. We believe that everyone is capable of making an impact and changing the world around them. So we challenge limitations and uncover stories that inspire a greater impact for you around the world. So welcome. We're going to start, as always, with the segment called Save Taxes with Noura. This segment is sponsored by Noura's Books, tax and accounting firm. And today we're going to talk about imposter syndrome. This is what we're going to talk about in our episode. Like everything we're talking about, it's going to go around imposter syndrome. And how is that related to taxes? Let me tell you how. You know, sometimes, and you hear it a lot probably, if not, you heard it from me at least, having a business is the best way to save in taxes. Because the worst way to get paid is your W-2. Not saying that don't get a W-2 or don't have a job as an employee, but you always need to have a business for many reasons. One of them, to be able to save in taxes. Another one, because you never know when that employer will say, hey, we don't need you anymore. You are not on control. So you're going to have to leave and start job search. If the market is not great, you might have to suffer. You might be in employment. And now with the possible funding freeze, that might not be available to you. And there's like so many reasons that might not be available to you. So this is why you have to be ready. And having a business is a backup plan, even when you have a W-2. A backup plan and a lot of room to save in taxes. Governments and tax law really wants you to have a business because that creates job opportunities, and also it does help our economy in general. Small businesses really helps the economy. So they want you to have that. That's why there is a lot of tax saving strategies and tax saving opportunities designated for business owners. So if you are only on W-2, yeah, there are some like tax strategies, but they're very limited. You're gonna still have to pay more in taxes than a business owner. Now, I'm not saying business owners don't pay in taxes, especially if their business is like flourishing and have a lot of money. But yeah, maybe that's true. If they do tax strategies, if they do tax planning, they pay less than anyone in taxes, if any. But they do it legally. They gain so much money that is tax-free because they know a lot of strategies. Not because they know them, because they're busy doing their business and making money, but they hire tax professionals who knows what to do and how to save them money. They invest their money in the right place. So if you are not a business owner yet, I'll tell you, just look into starting a business. And maybe what's holding you back is imposter syndrome. Maybe you don't think that you have anything to offer. Maybe you don't think that you are good enough to run a business. Maybe you don't think that you are capable to manage a business and have a W-2. But let me tell you, I'm sure you are wrong. No matter how old are you, what you're doing in your life, you are wrong. Because if you've been here on earth with us, I'm sure you've been, because you're making a living, right? So somehow or somewhere or another, you're making a living. Maybe you went to school. Maybe I'm not talking about like going to college and doing graduate school or anything. I'm talking just grade school. Everyone did. So you've learned some experience. You've been living with us, so you have something that you do better than anyone. You just did not learn how to turn that into business and make money. And how do you defeat that imposter syndrome to have an opportunity to save in taxes and keep control of your money legally. How do you do that? Let me tell you. First thing is learning. When I started Noura's books, the first thing I did is join the coaching program. I selected a coaching program that's going to help me with finding clients. I know how to do taxes. I know how to do accounting. I know how to do so many things, management, because I've worked in so many different industries and in so many different positions. But I did not know how to get clients when I am doing a virtual tax firm. So I had to learn because I didn't know how to do it. So I joined a coaching program. Now, no matter what level you are in, there is a coaching program that is a good fit for you, and that's going to help you fight the imposter syndrome. Until this point, I have a coaching program. I have a coach help me with different aspects in my business. The level that I'm in right now is different than the level I was in when I started my business. And every successful person I know, they have coaching. So learning, education is the thing that's going to help you defeat imposter syndrome. Another thing, you might not be able to learn everything. For example, like you're not going to be able to keep up with tax strategies and way to save money. No matter how many video you listen or watched, you're going to get wrong information and you're not going to be able to keep up with the strategies. And probably you're going to get into a mess unless you're working with a professional who's doing or who knows what they're doing, who does tax strategies. So hiring professional to help you with your taxes, with your bookkeeping, with your finances is going to save you a lot of time and money and going to help you overcome imposter syndrome. In marketing, maybe you don't know how to do marketing the proper way. Like it's very hard to keep up with what's going on in this world nowadays with AI, with prior AI, everything that's going on. Like how do you collect leads? How do you market for your service? How to get new clients? How to maybe have a lead magnet, whatever it is, or maybe how can you run a paid ad on social media? You would have a lot of questions on that. But guess what? There are people who does that, who this is what they do, this is their business. So they know better than you. So hiring them and having them help you with that, that's going to help you overcome your imposter syndrome. And that's part of the delegation. And if you are a good business owner and that's that you have a business that you want to grow and build really a future empire, you want to learn how to delegate. And if you have that business as a side business, you want to make sure there's someone there helping you running that business, because you can get busy in your regular job. Like you maybe like have something going on with your family, your business shouldn't stop. Someone else has to be helping you with your business. So one of the things that I will always recommend for business owners and for nonprofit, for anything that you want to build in business, nonprofit, whatever, hire fast. I know people say hire slow, fire fast. I don't agree with that. I would say hire fast, because you're not going to learn even how to hire unless you hire and fail, hire and fail. And that's what happens with me in my business. And I can tell you about these stuff later, so you can listen to the stories and learn from it. I've been in business and a successful business for more than 4 years now. This is my 5th year in business. And I think I learned something, right? So I been hiring. The first hire I did, it was back in July 2021. And that was the year I started my business. And I don't do my business solo. I always have someone to help me, except for a few months, like when I had my divorce back in 2022, or no, in 2023, actually. This is the year where I was like struggling with hiring a little bit, because like I couldn't show up 100% in my business, but I picked myself up and did it again, hired again in a different way, because I learned a lot from my first few hires. So you want to do it. You want to go ahead and overcome the imposter syndrome and do anything you want to do. Afraid, start, consult with people, invest in your education, invest in your with people, consultants, with employees, with contractors. Just go ahead and get benefit from all those tax deductions that a business owner have. And we can talk about it more and more in the future episode. But now it's time to go talk to my guest. She is a podcast coach. She is amazing, and we're gonna talk about how she does it and how does she help her clients overcome imposter syndrome. So stay with me, and I see you after the break with my guest. This is your host, Noura Almasri, and this is Echoes of Impact with Noura. We'll be right back.